ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं वादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Verse number 118. I chant and follow me. मिश्रस्य सत्त्वस्य भवन्ति धर्माः तमानिताद्यः नियमा यमाद्यः श्रद्धा च भक्तिश्च मुमुक्षुता च देवो च सम्पत्तिरसन्निवृत्ति. I chant one more time. मिश्रस्य सत्त्वस्य भवन्ति धर्माः तु अमानिताद्यः नियमा यमाद्यः श्रद्धा च भक्तिश्च मुमुक्षुता च देवो च सम्पत्तिरसन्निवृत्ति. Now see the translation. The characteristics of mixed sattva are utter absence of pride, etc., niyama, yama, etc., and also faith, devotion, yearning of liberation, the divine tendencies, and the natural turning away from everything unreal. The one more time translation. The characteristics of mixed sattva are utter absence of pride, etc., niyama, yama, etc., and also faith, devotion, yearning for liberation, and divine tendencies, and a natural turning away from everything unreal. Now, Shankaracharya is explaining the character of Sattvagunas. Its main quality is knowledge, happiness, and how it works to attain its result. It is being said here. If Sattva is mixed with Rajas and Tamas, it means there is Sattva and Rajas Tamas also, but preponderance of Sattva. Rajas and Tamas are less. Its consequence, the individual soul gets Daivi Sampatti. Daivi Sampatti, it is a new word. Divine qualities. It means the quality which will lead us towards divine. You will become more richer and finally absolute richest. In Gita, Lord said there are two types wealth. This inner wealth, outside wealth is money, property, post, prestige. But this wealth is connected only with gross body. If gross body is finished, no property, no wealth, no prestige, everything finished. So outer property, outer world wealth, it connect only our gross body. But these properties must affect us, they becomes our second nature. There are two types: wealth, property, prosperity, nature. We can give another name also. So Lord said in Gita chapter 16, there are two types: qualities, property. One is divine property and another is demonical property. Divine prosperity, demoniacal prosperity. And both properties, both prosperities are very strong. They can lead us towards their destination. So, divine prosperity leads us towards happiness, towards knowledge, and another demoniacal prosperity leads us to ignorance, bondage, and misery. Both are like our nature. Both are very powerful, and we act according to them. We think that we are acting independently, but our action is influenced by them. That is why we cannot control ourselves, even we know that its result is not good. So Lord Sri Krishna in chapter 16 said about two types: prosperity, wealth, quality, nature of a man, individual soul. But here Shankaracharya indicates amanitva adya. Adya means very first. Very first is amanita. So it is connected chapter 13. Chapter 13, there Lord Sri Krishna described so many wealth, so many properties, so many nature, and he started with amanita. Misrasya sattvasya bhavanti dharamastu amanita. Amanita means what? So there are so many qualities, so many prosperities, but we think little bit about them. First is amanita. Amanita means humility, absence of pride. This quality is result of sattva. Little think. If someone has arrogant, it indicates that the person is outwardly rooted. Our arrogance is because we have something like power, money, etc. And we want to show others that I have this much and I should be respected. Amanitya means the person who is rooted inside. You know your value. You are the most valuable than whole world. Then you are not in competition with anyone. You are enough in yourself. We want respect from others because we feel emptiness. We feel lacking. So we want respect from others. If sattva grows, sattva increases, the amanita, pridelessness, automatically will happen. Next one is adambitvam. Adambitvam means sincerity. Sincerity. You will enjoy your life if you are simple. Life would be effortless. Adambit. Nothing is to hide. Everything is open. In our scriptures, there is the definition. Who is a religious person? Who is the gentleman? Who is the real truth person? So this says, who think the same thing, and speech also same thing, and act also same thing. His action, thought, and speech are in a line. This is the gentleman. Nothing is hide. If you hide something, it means there is a wrong something. So our thought, our speech, and our action should be in a row, in a line. Life would be very simple. Adambitvam means nothing to hide. Everything is open book. Then comes ahimsa. Amanitvam, madambitvam, ahimsa. Ahimsa means non-violence. Non-violence. So see, if some person is happy, he cannot make another person unhappy. How can he make another person unhappy? If you are happy, see and think. If you are hanky, if you are happy, you cannot say, I am so happy, I want to kill you. The thought will not come. You can say, I am so angry, I can kill someone. I am so angry, I can kill you, someone. So killing someone, hurting someone, there must be anger. If we are happy, we cannot make any creature hurt. Even a tree also, even a plant also, we cannot make if you are happy. So violence comes from anger, not happiness. So this person is happy and its expression is also happy. Non-violence, adambitvam, ahimsa, then come kshama. Kshama, forgiveness. Forgiveness. He has capability to punish someone. But he said, no, I forgive you. Forgiveness. Then comes Acharya Upasana. Acharya Upasana means the service of master. Service of master. And Shuddhi. Acharya Upasanam Saucham. Shuddhi, purity in mind, in speech, and action. Then comes Sthirta, steadfastness. Steadfastness. Sthirta. You take a decision and follow. Then Atma Sanyamam. Atma Sanyam. Atma Sanyam means self-control. The word is very unique. Self-control. Now, who controlled and who is controlling? Who is being controlled? We think we are controller. We think we are master. And I use my intellect, I use my mind, I use my organs, I use my body. I am the master. This is just thinking. But reality is very different. Reality is not this. We are not master. Our mind is our master. Mind makes us to do anything. And we accept that. Whatever in our mind come, I will do. Whatever in our mind will come, I will do. So mind orders us and we follow. So even not only minds, our sense organs are also our master. We are so weak. We are so weak. Anyone can control us. Our body can control us. Our sense organs can control us. Our mind can control us. Our intellect can control us. Anyone can control. So the real master is now become real slave. The real master become real slave. If your Sattva increases, then you will gain your own power and you will become master. You can use your body. Now body is using you. Body demands and you run for demand to fulfill their demand. Your organs demands. Eye says, I want to see some color, some space, and we start it. Our mind demands and we act. So our all action are regulated by someone else. They are our master. And there are so many masters, not one master. Sometimes mind orders, sometimes organs order, sometimes your body orders. You are real slave. Now you become real master. Atma Sanyam, self-control, control of your body, control of your sense organs, control of your mind. You are the master. This capacity will come only if your Sattva guna is increases. Atma Sanyam. So Sri Krishna says, Amanitvam madambitvam kshamaksham Atma Sanyamanam. Then comes Vairagya. Vairagya, renunciation. Indriyarteshu Vairagyam. Renunciation of the delight of sense organs. Then comes Anahankara. Anahankara. Ahankara means what? Ego. Ego. We collected some things. When we were born, we had nothing. Even a single cloth, a single penny. We had nothing. When anybody was born, he had nothing. Then we collect it, and ego starts. I have such. I have this much. The person of spiritual things, these all things are from God. It's not mine. These are given by God. He gave us. So this is God's property, not mine. Then Anahankara. Then comes Dosha Darshanam. Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam. Sri Krishna says, Dosha Darshanam. In this world, the world is dialectical, in pair, good and bad. So we always think aspect of good. If this one is good, this one is good, this one is good. Because we want to live with them. We have no other option. So that is why we always think the good aspect of what? Sri Krishna says, think also bad aspects also. Dukkha doshanu darshana. See the bad things in birth, in death, in old age, in body. Then you will get detachment. And next comes some chitta. Equanimity in mind. Equanimity. In life, there must be come good and bad. Your mind should be equanimity. Your mind should have equanimity. Anything comes, it's okay. Then comes bhakti, devotion. Devotion. Unwavering devotion. Devotion to the God, not to the word. We are devoted to word. Always. But this person has devotion to God. Ananya, the Lord used word Ananya. Ananya means no other, one. God is one. It is not different from us. Same entity. So in devotion, your last destination is the God. So first thing, remember, Ananya means what? There are three levels. One level is you worship particular shape of God, like some persons worship Krishna, some Ram, Ganpati, Surya, any other god. And they believe if I worship the Lord Krishna, I should not respect Lord Ram because I am Ananya. So this is a very lower level thinking. The another level is Ananya means there is one God, no other God. The same God is everywhere. God is God. Forms are different, but God is one. And last one is Ananya means not different from you. You and God are one. Then Vivekchudamani. The Lord Sri Krishna says Vivekchudamani. A love for saluted place, not loneliness. I am enjoying this time, this quality. Be with yourself. You are enough. You are enough. Without any other support. Other things needs your support. You are enough. So not loneliness, aloneness. I am enough. So enjoy your presence. Your presence is great. Your presence is divine. Your presence is wonderful. So feel, experience it. And it is possible when you sometime go to solitude place. Solitude place. We are trying in our home also for some little time. We go to meditation room for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour. But this is not enough. You know, outside is the other person. And another Sri Krishna said, Adhyatma Jnanam. Adhyatma Jnanam, the self-knowledge. Knowledge of the self, pondering over the relation of the great path. So, in this way, Lord Sri Krishna described so many qualities, so many nature, and these all are your second nature. The same way, more or less, he described in 13th chapter, it called Daivasur Sampatti. So here, now come to the point, Shraddha cha Bhakti cha Mumukchuta cha Niyama Yamadya, and something, same something, Yoga Sutra also described. Yama Niyama. Yama Niyama. Today, we are doing yoga. We are trying to do asana, pranayama, sometimes meditation, but we are always avoid yam and niyam because these are very difficult. So all yogis, all over the world, they are interested in asana, pranayama, but they are not interested in yama, niyama. These are foundation. If your Sattva is increased, then automatically these things will come. Shraddha cha bhakti cha mumukchuta cha, and yearning for liberation, Daivi Sampatti. Shankaracharya says these are divine qualities. They will lead you towards divinity, towards your nature. Now, next one. Actually, they are very deep-rooted, so meaningful, but we have little limited time, so we have to go next one. Vishuddha Sattvasya Guna Prasada Swatmanubhuti Parama Prashanti Tripti Praharsha Paramatmanishtaha Eya Sadanandarasam Samrikshati. Vishuddha, I repeat one more time. Vishuddha Sattvasya Guna Prasada Swatmanubhuti Parama Prashanti Tripti Praharsha Paramatmanishtaha Eya Sadanandarasam Samrikshati. The translation is, the characteristics of pure Sattva are cheerfulness, the experience of oneself, supreme peace, contentment, bliss, and constant devotion to the Supreme Self, by which the aspirant comes to enjoy everlasting bliss. I repeat one more time. The characteristics of the pure Sattva are cheerfulness, the experience of oneself, supreme peace, contentment, bliss, and constant devotion to the Supreme Self, by which the aspirant comes to enjoy everlasting bliss. Now, pure Sattva. Pure Sattva means not 100% pure. There is tamas and rajas also, but very less. Very less. In this state, what happens? In previous verse, we have listened misrasya, mixed. Now it is pure. So what is the result of pure Sattva? Shankaracharya says, cheerfulness, cheerfulness, cheerfulness. Now think, if someone is addicted to tea or smoke or anything, morning tea, and the urge of tea continuously strike your mind. Tea, 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 tea. You have everything. You have lots of property. You have lots of wealth, lots of power. You forget everything. Your one target, only tea. What is this tea? But a little tea can disturb your all personality. A little tea can disturb your all life. You forget your prosperity, your wealth, your position, your post, your respectness. Just tea, 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 tea. Or someone with addiction to smoke, he wants just smoking. Nothing else. And what happens if he has tea? If he takes tea, and then after he relaxes. Now everything be okay. So what happened? Nothing. Just your mind was agitated by rajas. Your mind was agitated by rajoguna. So one thought, a tea, a smoke, any addiction, anything can be caused, and your mind becomes agitated. when you have the tea, then the thought of tea fulfills and your mind becomes quiet. In this quietness, you can see your own nature. You can see your own reflection, and cheerfulness comes. Don't think that cheerfulness will come, happiness will come from the outside. We always think that's so. We always think that the happiness comes from objects. No. Happiness comes from inner side. From your inner side. So, Sankaracharya says, Vishuddha Sattvasya Guna Prasada. Prasada means prasannata, happiness. This is the first indication your sattva is increased. Do you remember that? We used to go temples and having done the darshan, the priest will give us prasad. We say prasad. Very meaningful word. Prasad does not mean a thing. There may be some fruits, some sweet. Anything can be. Because the thing is not meaningful. This is just excuse. The meaning is your happiness. So having done the darshan of Lord, you must be happy. If you are not happy, then something wrong. There must something wrong. Prasada. So first quality is prasada. Then comes swatmanubhuti. Very deep word. Swatmanubhuti. So means his own nature. When your sattva increased, you becomes quiet. Close your eyes and go inside. Go inside. And realize yourself. Now, what we do, we value everything. We value gold, we value silver, we give value property. We are doing always valuation for objects. And in this process, we forget that I am also have value. So what is your value? What is your value? So go inside and see Swatmanubhuti. Swa means your. Atma means self. Realization. You see, you realize yourself and then value yourself. Experience yourself. You are the experiencer. You are the experienced. Experiencer and experienced, both are you. Experience yourself. Satmanubhuti. You realize yourself. Experience your presence. Experience your presence. And your presence greatest, most valuable. Most valuable. You are here. That is why everything is here. Your presence needs everyone. But you forget that. Sankaracharya says, Swatmanubhuti. Go inside. And it will become. Only condition is when Sattva is pure. Otherwise, in the Rajas Guna, in tamas guna, you can close your eyes, you can sit, you can do anything, but the Swatmanubhuti, self-realization. And this self-realization, not pure self-realization. Be careful. Swatmanubhuti. It means when you are inside, you realize your presence, you experience yourself, your existence, and your existence the great. Then what comes? Parama Prashanti. Then happens Parama Prashanti if you experience yourself. So here is difference, please. You experience yourself. You experience your presence like an object. Like an object. You are experiencer, you are experienced. But this state also, this method also give you Parama Prashanti, ultimate happiness. Parama Prashanti. In our life, we had so many times happiness, and so many times we laughed, we smiled. Sometimes they were false, sometimes they were real. But when you are happy, and always there inside is fear. Fear is always. Miseries are waiting for you. When your happiness will end, the misery will catch you. So, when you are happy, you are not absolutely happy. You are happy with miseries. We are happy with unhappy. Parama Prashanti. Here, Parama Prashanti, in this state, the seeker of spiritual experience the happiness without misery, without ending. And Tripti Praharsha, then comes Tripti, contentment. Think deeply. We have tried so many ways to this word, contentment. Everyone tried. What resulted in nothing? We have passed lives of lives to contentment. But we are still in same condition. Burst, not same. When we were childs, we were uncontent men. Now we are old age, condition is the same. So nothing's happening. And it is not possible. So only condition is if your Sattva Guna increased and you do Swatmanubhuti, then Tripti, you will get contentment. Praharsha and absolute happiness. Paramatmanistha, the next word is very, very beautiful. Paramatmanistha. Understand. Let's try to this word and this state. When you go inside, you realize yourself. You experience your presence. It is just reflection. And it is so great. Because whatever we see in the world is reflection of reflection. I see like this way. The pure Brahman is reflects in our inner instrument. And this reflects in the world. Your mind reflects in the world. So our objective world is reflection of the mind. nothing else. When a seeker go inside and realize the reflection in pure sattva, pure reflection, and he gets contentment, he experiences his own presence, then he realizes, I am so great. I forget that. I was giving value other things, but I forget my value. Now he realized, I am so valuable. I have so great value. And if he understands his value, then he start understanding value of the God. Otherwise, the God is just imagination. Paramatma Nishtha. Nishtha, the faith in the Brahman, in the consciousness, now it happened and it will be solid. Because he experienced something. So this faith is based on his own experience. So first, Shankaracharya's method is very simple. You realize first yourself, your value, your greatness, then you will be capable to understand the value of the God. Paramatma Nishtha. Here the difference. I told you, this realization is not absolute realization. This realization is a second level. You just glimpse a reflection of the God, reflection of the consciousness. But this reflection gives you so much peace, so much happiness, you will forget all words. And then, Paramatma Nishtha, your faith will increase towards the Supreme God. Paramatma Nishtha. Yaya Sadanandarasam Samrikshati, and by which the seeker will attain always happiness, everlasting. He will drown always in bliss of ocean, happiness of ocean. And ocean, this ocean never ends. This ocean has no shore. Everywhere. Sada Anandarasam Rikshati. So because if Sattva Guna is pure, then these qualities will happen. Now next one and the last one. Abhyaktametat trigunai niruktam tat karanam nam sariramatmanah susuptiretasya vibhakti avastha pralina sarvendriya buddhi vritti. I repeat one more time. Abhyaktametat trigunai niruktam tat karanam nam sariramatmanah susuptiretasya vibhakti avastha pralina sarvendriya buddhi vritti. The translation is, this unmanifest, described as a combination of the all three gunas, is the causal body of the individual. Its special state is deep sleep, in which all the functions of the mind, intellect, and the sense organs are totally suspended. One more time. The translation. This unmanifest, described as a combination of all three gunas, is a causal body of the individual. Its special state is deep sleep, in which all the functions of the mind, intellect, and sense organs are totally suspended. Now, remember, the topic was three bodies. So first, there was gross body, we studied, then subtle body, we done, and lastly, there was started describing causal body. And in this reference, the Maya is being described. Causal body means Abhyaktametat Trigune Niruktam. Shankaracharya now concludes the matter. The unmanifest described as a combination of three algunas. That is why we discussed about Satguna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. Now the finished our chapter, and he said, so this is the causal body. Causal body means there is no body like a gross body, like a subtle body. Causal body means cause for other two bodies. So understand? Causal body. So causal body is not a body. Causal body means cause for other two bodies. And what is the cause? Ignorance, Maya, Avidya. So Avidya or Maya is the causal body. This is the body cause. So that is why we call it causal body. Tat karanam nam sariram atmanaha. Shankaracharya says this is the causal body for the individual soul. What? The Maya, the Avidya, is the causal cause for Jivatma. And Sushuptiretasya Vivekti Avastha. And there are three states. Waking state, there is gross body. Dream state, there is subtle body. And third is deep sleep. In deep sleep, there is causal body. Causal body, ignorance. So after having the good sleep, in the morning we say, I had good sleep. I did not know anything. So this experience, I did not know anything. Know something is knowledge. And do not know something is ignorance. Know something, knowledge means you know something. You know the book. So this is knowledge of book. You do not know, this is ignorance. So in deep sleep, Pralina Sarvendriya Buddhi Vritti, in deep sleep what happens? There is no mind. In deep sleep, there is no intellect, no sense organs, no gross body, nothing. Nothing, just ignorance. Gross body was working on its level. The digestion system was working. Respiratory system was working. Blood circulation was going on. Everything in body level. But in the state of deep sleep, no one was there. No gross body, even no subtle body, no mind, no intellect, no thought process. Then what is there? You and your ignorance. You and your ignorance. I do not know anything. It is ignorance. I know something, it is a knowledge. Sushupti retasya vivakti avastha. So Shankaracharya says, Sushupti it's a state. Expression state is Sushupti, deep sleep. And it is working also in waking state. It working also in deep and dream also. But its special state is Sushupti, deep sleep. Its state is. So today we have to take rest here Thank you very much. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyaptadehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.